I think there are a couple of things that set Mr. Bren apart as a philanthropist. The first is his tremendous vision. He envisions his philanthropy as a catalyst that creates ripple effects.
Every year when we do an assessment of our accomplishments in the district, we look at how our past graduates are feeling about their education. And invariably, it's their experiences in the art, science, and music. And those are the areas that we have been so blessed with the generosity of Mr. Bren.
Mr. Bren has always been a believer that investing in our children is the best investment a community can make or an individual can make.
The other thing that I think sets Mr. Bren apart as a philanthropist is his expectations for his philanthropy and for his donations. Mr. Bren has a true expectation of results with his donations. I think that makes the organizations that he works with as a philanthropist better. It challenges them to be the best that they can possibly be.
The schools that have developed throughout the Irvine Ranch have benefited from an amazing contribution of Donald Bren of $200 million. These are kindergarten through 12th grade schools as well as institutions of higher education. And our community feels with a gift of that level and stature that we have an obligation and a responsibility to use that money extremely well.
To have somebody of Mr. Bren's caliber and reputation as an investor invest in this work has been a very important stamp of approval for our organization that has put us on the map with other investors. It's allowed us to not only utilize the funds that Mr. Bren's given us, but to leverage that way beyond.
He is giving children the opportunity to know that an adult cared enough about them to give them exposure to a life skill that will carry with them forward.
I think that's sort of the epitome of an investor philanthropist, someone that uses the catalyst of their philanthropy to make change that's permanent over time. One of the things we've been able to do at the Irvine Ranch Conservancy is take a very large-scale approach to taking care of and stewarding all of this land that has been set aside. They've set aside fully half the Irvine Ranch in open space, and it's tremendous land. It's of national significance, and it has just changed the character of Orange County from what people think of as an urban area to, in fact, one that has a tremendous amount of open space.
We have been so fortunate with his generosity to have several generations of children that will be going out into the world, that will be our scientists, they'll be our artists, they'll be our musicians, and they will have an impact ongoing. And what a great partner to believe in our children, in our youth, to spur them on to other levels of greatness.
In the early days, Mr. Bren funded the budget for a site each year. In 2006, he made a 10-year commitment as we moved into public school campuses. And then in 2008, he made a landmark $8.5 million commitment to Think Together to scale up and go district-wide in Santa Ana and really enrich the after-school program there at 47 schools serving close to 20,000 students. From my perspective, having the support of arguably one of the savviest investors of the last century invest in this kind of work, it's very important, I think, to all the children of California, because he can be a catalyst for so many others to come in behind his investments and leverage that to really build a system of support that will invest in California's future.
The combination of his vision as a philanthropist and his expectations for what people will do with his gifts make him the ideal recipient for this award.